Have you ever been lying in bed, completely relaxed, and suddenly your brain says, "Hey, remember that weird thing you said 7 years ago?" And now you're staring at the ceiling, cringing so hard you can physically feel it. But why does this happen mostly at night? Why does your brain replay embarrassing memories like a horror movie before sleep? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology behind it. And trust me, your brain is doing something far stranger than you think. First of all, you're not alone. Almost everyone replays awkward moments, saying the wrong thing in class, waving back at someone who wasn't waving at you, sending a risky text, falling in public, or calling a teacher mom. Your brain stores emotional memories differently from normal memories, especially embarrassing ones, and nighttime creates the perfect environment for them to return. Humans are social creatures. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your tribe could literally mean death, so your brain evolved to take social mistakes very seriously. Embarrassment is actually a survival mechanism. It's your brain's way of saying, "Don't do that again, or people might reject you." Even tiny awkward moments can feel huge because your brain treats social pain almost like physical pain. During the day, your brain is distracted. Phones, work, friends, music, notifications. But at night, everything becomes quiet. And when external distractions disappear, your internal thoughts become louder. Your brain finally has space to replay unresolved emotions. That's why embarrassing memories attack when you're trying to sleep. Psychologists talk about something called the default mode network. This is the part of your brain that becomes active when you're not focused on anything. So when you lie in bed doing nothing, your brain enters reflection mode. And unfortunately, reflection mode often becomes overthinking mode, regret mode, cringe compilation mode. Your brain starts scanning the past for mistakes. Here's the weird part. Your brain doesn't replay embarrassing moments to torture you. It does it to protect you from future embarrassment. It's basically running simulations like, "Okay, let's review what went wrong so we never repeat it." The problem is, your brain overestimates how much other people care. There's a psychological phenomenon called the spotlight effect. It means we think people notice us way more than they actually do. You might remember that awkward thing for years, while everyone else forgot it in 10 seconds. People are too busy worrying about their own embarrassing moments. Most likely, nobody remembers yours. Ever notice how your brain brings up memories from years ago? That's because emotional memories are stored more deeply. Strong emotions act like glue for memory, and embarrassment creates a strong emotional reaction. Anxiety, shame, fear, social panic. So your brain tags those moments as important. At night, emotions can feel more intense. You're tired. Your logical thinking becomes weaker, and emotional thinking becomes stronger. That tiny awkward moment suddenly feels like, my life is ruined. But if you think about it the next morning, it usually feels less serious. That's because your brain processes emotions differently when exhausted. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain remembers unfinished or unresolved experiences better than completed ones. So if an embarrassing situation never got closure, your mind keeps reopening the file. It's like your brain saying, "Wait, we still haven't solved this." Modern life made this problem even stronger. Now embarrassing moments can be recorded, posted online, shared instantly, judged publicly. Your brain knows this, so social anxiety today is often much higher than it was in the past. Even simple interactions feel more high pressure now. Do you ever replay conversations and think, "Why did I say that?" That's because your brain constantly analyzes social interactions for mistakes. Humans survived by fitting into groups, so your brain became obsessed with social approval. It's basically performing a post-game analysis of your conversations. Here's something shocking. Your embarrassing memory might not even be accurate anymore. Memories change every time you replay them. Your brain edits details over time. So the cringe moment in your head today may be far more dramatic than what actually happened. Your brain exaggerates emotional memories. People with anxiety, perfectionism, low self-esteem, social anxiety tend to replay embarrassing moments more often. Their brains are constantly searching for mistakes and threats. It becomes a mental habit. Think, analyze, cringe, repeat. At 2 a.m., your brain becomes weirdly dramatic. Suddenly you remember a typo from 2018, a failed joke, an awkward handshake, and somehow it feels like the end of the world. But nighttime thoughts are rarely reliable. Your brain is emotionally vulnerable when tired. So, how do you stop replaying embarrassing moments? First, recognize that your brain is trying to protect you, not hurt you. Second, remind yourself of the spotlight effect. Most people are focused on themselves, not your mistakes. Ask yourself, would I judge someone else this harshly for the same mistake? Usually the answer is no. We are far more brutal to ourselves than to other people. Treat yourself with the same understanding you'd give a friend. Instead of thinking, that moment proves I'm awkward, try thinking, that moment proves I'm human. Everyone embarrasses themselves sometimes. It's part of being alive. In fact, awkward moments often become funny stories later. The reason you remember embarrassing moments at night is because your brain cares deeply about social survival. It wants to protect your identity, reputation, and relationships. But sometimes it overreacts. Your brain treats tiny mistakes like giant threats, even when nobody else noticed them. So, tonight, when your brain suddenly reminds you of that awkward thing you did years ago, remember this: you're probably the only person still thinking about it. And if someone does remember it, they've probably done something even more embarrassing themselves. If you enjoyed this psychology breakdown, subscribe for more videos about human behavior, dark psychology, brain hacks, and the hidden science behind everyday life. And comment below, what's the most random embarrassing memory your brain keeps replaying at night?